Good morning, everyone. Coming to you from a snowy Denver. Good to be here at Comms vNext, one of our favorite events every year, and good to be back with the community again here. I am Paul Martin. I'm an account executive for Landis, and I have with me
Matt Landis.
Matt Landis, yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Give yourself an introduction.
Founder and CEO of Landis Technologies. And yeah, first morning of Comms vNext 2026.
Yeah. We are, it was mentioned in the session this morning, we're one of the sponsors that have been a part of Comms vNext every time since they started. I think 8 years, was it? This has been, like I mentioned, one that is important to us. We enjoy the community aspect. If you don't know Landis, we are a contact center, call recording, and attendant console platform for Microsoft Teams. We have a platform that brings together business data and the customer experience to really make your customers happy, and all inside of Microsoft Teams. So that's kind of been, the Teams community has been instrumental to us over the years as we share ideas and get ideas, and as we build products that are resourceful to Teams environments.
Customers and community are invaluable in making a product that really works. Not 80% of the way there, but the whole way.
Yep.
That you can get a value immediately. So yeah, we appreciate it from a monetary standpoint, but also we think it's just important from a human standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, absolutely. And we find ourselves at a very interesting time, especially those that are in the contact center space. This kind of all eyes are on this industry right now. There's a lot of talk about the relationship with CRMs and with customer data and the telephony system and the contact center platform. And so, yeah, this is very much in the forefront of the discussion right now.
Yeah, we started in the customer experience industry with our attendant console for Skype for Business, Link and Skype for Business. And somehow we've managed to be where a lot of discussions are right now, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's Amazon, whether it's Zoom, whether it's Salesforce. Mm-hmm. AI and digital agents are really at the center of a lot of tech discussions. Mm-hmm. And we are honored to be right in that space at this moment.
Yeah. We heard it so far, the conference is just underway here, but we're already having lots of conversations. We're hearing it in the sessions. We heard a lot a couple weeks ago at M365 conference, and just in the discussion in the industry overall is just a lot of figuring out where things are going as it relates to this collaboration between human agents and AI agents. And
it's a sea change.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of idea casting and vision casting, but it's just a very interesting time to be forming these products and these paths to what that's actually going to look like.
Had a friendly competitor stop over at our booth this morning and chat a little bit, and the way they said it is you feel a little bit of an earthquake under your feet, and that is not a terribly wrong
Things
way
moving
to
around.
think about it. Things are moving, shaking, and there is some change. There's change in the air.
Yeah. How do you see, maybe if you can just give us a little insight into how you think about this, the human agent versus the AI agent, and where you see the industry or the tech stack right now, and how you envision that evolving.
So in short, my take is that the future of customer experience it's going to be collaboration between human and digital agents. And you'll notice I will say digital rather than AI because we're just tired of hearing the word AI. But digital agents versus human agents, for the foreseeable future, there's going to need to be collaboration between the two. Mm-hmm. That's the way we see it. It's not going to happen all at once, but digital agents are going to take some of the workload. That is what is going to happen. And we're going to have to work smoothly back and forth. Mm-hmm. A lot of and so Landis is going to continue to support that spectrum, that full spectrum of human to digital agents.
Yeah.
Wherever you are in that journey or in that migration to digital agents, to human agents, Landis is going to support it, and we've done a lot of things to do that. So yeah, that's what we're going to do.
I think when a lot of people, you mentioned we're tired of hearing the kind of the AI terminology. I think when people hear the AI terminology in the contact center space, they kind of, the mind goes to a full
Immediate concrete example. What are you going to say?
Well,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I see a lot of people kind of picture it as fully autonomous AI agents handling all the requests, and that's what they envision when they hear an AI contact center. There are some workflows that, yes, some support lines that can be fully supported by AI agents, but where we see, unless you feel differently, where we see a lot of it is that collaboration between the two.
The story that I find resonates with almost everyone, whether they're in this industry or not. I go to a website to get support, I get on a chat, and I get in this loop that it can never answer my question.
Right.
Or you get on the phone, you clearly are with a digital agent, and basically your hope that your question will get answered drops through the floor. And you essentially, I want to get to a human. And that is a broad feeling among consumers at this moment. Digital agents disappoint.
Yeah, and they see the company sees bad results then because oftentimes the customers are just doing anything they can to advance past the digital agent, and don't sometimes even if the digital agent would be able to assist, they don't have good experiences, and so they're not really giving it full trust. And
my wife Rosalind was just on a call the other evening, going around, and after a while she realized this thing is not going to answer. And so she kept asking, I'd like to talk to a human. And what she discovered is she had to say it 5 times, and at 5 times it would transfer. I'm like, let's try that again. Sure enough, that was the algorithm. You have to ask for 5 times. Is that a good experience?
That's a lot to ask of your customer. 5 failures, 5 failed attempts before. Not everyone's going to give you that amount of leeway.
And that's a good example of human and digital agents not smoothly collaborating.
Yeah. We also see that that handoff because however you structure a digital agent, there are going to be you're going to put safety layers, you're going to put things that are outside of scope for the agent to address.
So, you're going to answer the question: why do digital agents? Why are they disappointing? Why is that?
They are oftentimes not connected to the right data. They're very locked down, and the escalation between the digital agent and the human agent, as the example you gave there, is often very, very poor. And more in particular, obviously there's the failure of going round and round and not answering your questions and then handing off to an agent. But then that handoff, oftentimes the agent comes in starting completely over. The human agent comes in starting completely over. So there's not a flowing of information back and forth. So I know, and as we designed the AI and Copilot integrations into the Landis chat, that was something that was pretty important.
Very important that they are seamless.
Yep.
The process isn't interrupted and handed off to some entirely separate. Too many systems are like that. That's not how you should design it.
I just to give another story, I was messaging with the IKEA bot the other day, going to pick up an order, and there was an issue with the order, and the bot asked for my order number, and I was fully, I'm hoping the bot could handle my inquiry, but it just wasn't able to pull things up, and it wasn't able to answer my questions. Finally, a human came into the chat, and the first thing they did is ask for my order number.
Yeah.
And so when we see that escalation, when the AI agent, when the digital agent is not able to address everything that the customer wants, and it hands it off to a human, that human should continue the conversation like it's one conversation. Should have that full context and be able to pick up right where the digital agent left off.
Yeah. And maybe one of the things I was pushing at is the problem with digital agents that there is the technology isn't here to make them really good. And the answer is that the technology is here to make digital agents, whether voice or chat, really good. What is the problem? There's a lot of business requirements. Legal, compliance, safety, just all of those things that actually get in the way. And it's a real challenge. So you have to have a way to smoothly collaborate between digital agents and human agents. And you talked about one extremely important one that Landis is working very closely with Microsoft to help solve, and that is handing off the information very smoothly between a digital agent and a human agent. So that is one of them.
The other thing that I think prevents, you mentioned the tech is there, the functionality is there to build a really good digital agent. I think some organizations mistrust the digital agents because they feel like they don't have good visibility into what's going on.
Yep.
And so being able to watch these conversations just like you would any one of your other human agents, tracking the full conversation, seeing the sentiment, seeing the historical chat of how that agent handled the question. Again, AI can help us break that down.
So the way Landis is attempting to think a Landis contact center for Microsoft Teams, the interaction recording for Microsoft Teams, and our attendant console for Microsoft Teams, we are trying to think about human agents and digital agents in a very unified way. And you brought up one of them. In a unified way, being able to live monitor whether it's a human agent or a digital agent. It's not that you have all these disparate systems. You have to go here for this and there for that. And when you're looking at your wallboards, you see your human agents and your queuing, and you go somewhere else over in some other dashboard or something to see your digital agents. No, you should be able to see them all in one nice, smooth area. And not only see them in a nice, clean, unified view, but also, what if something starts going wrong in either a human agent conversation or a digital agent conversation? Does the system in your one view, does it show you that something's going wrong and allow you to intervene? Yeah.
And I think giving companies a clear dashboard where they can intervene, they can see exactly what's happening, maybe it's an after-hours bot that is helping customers, and the manager can be sitting home on their couch and watching these conversations, especially early on as they're, learning how it responds to these requests and making sure that it's fine-tuned. So just having that visibility can be, can serve a lot of peace of mind as you go to implement these AI or digital agents in certain situations.
And so to get really concrete on this human and digital agents overview, let's say a wallboard or a live interaction view. So let's imagine you're watching this, whether it's human or digital, and one of them starts going south. Just imagine that a little indicator, a little exclamation mark could pop up based on AI watching the call and saying something's going south. And then you can click on it and zoom in visually and watch what's going on in the conversation, whether it's a chat or an audio call. Get a summary of that call and be able to glance over and see what's going wrong and then take action.
Yeah.
If it's an agent, you can jump in, you can barge in, or you can start whispering in. If it is a digital agent, you can barge in the chat. That's the kind of things that we want to enable to collaborate between human and digital agents. So.
That plays a lot to the cohesiveness that we have heard emphasized in some of the sessions this morning. A lot of these environments, and outside of contact center as well, there's all these different channels and methods and communications and files within these environments, and there's a lot of great vendors here. There's a lot of great organizations that help plan and migrate and centralize. But this is one on the customer experience side of things where you can implement chatbots from this company and you can have this contact center platform and you have these different tools. The panic can kind of set in because you don't have
a jungle and you have no idea what's going on. And can you measure what happened? Can you measure your digital agents and your human agents and say what is going across them all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you do that?
Another area, just wrapping up here, another area where we really see AI resourceful right now. So we talked about the digital agent. Not that we see contact centers just running full speed to all digital agents.
No.
there is the human element that is invaluable right now.
Move at your pace.
Yep.
What is right? And there are some situations that are so high value. In other words, if the president of the United States calls your company, you're not going to send him to a digital agent, right? You're going to get him to talk to a person. So how do you do that?
You need a platform that can identify if it's high value or not.
There you go.
So you need to be able to have that front end that can look at your CRMs, look at your databases, look at past history, and be able to determine, oh, this is a gold tier customer. We're going to treat them this way. Or this customer already has an open ticket that they're struggling with. We're going to route them directly here. And being able
what
to
I was
parse
driving at, if you designate or if you discover that this is a really high value customer, it can go to an attendant console where a human picks up. You're going to give white glove human service
Right.
to the president of the United States and make sure they get to who they want. We don't want any delay. We don't want any miscommunication. We don't want any chance for any problem. We want them to talk initially to human and then also get passed on seamlessly and as trouble-free as possible with all the context they need to the person they want to talk to as fast as possible. This is an attendant console scenario where humans have to talk to humans and immediately.
It is about how we're supporting humans.
Yes.
That's kind of some of the emphasis that we've been placing recently, and actually colleague Shannon Martin has a session tomorrow. I think it's at 11 a.m.
Yep.
Really hitting on that.
May 6th, am I saying that right?
Yeah, that should
the
be
5th, tomorrow's 6th, 11 o'clock. Be there.
Really hitting on that. You know, the more the tech evolves, the more the human connection is just paramount. And as you know, we have to build our lives and we have to build our companies around emphasizing human connection. And so I'm really looking forward to that session. One of the other areas that we, you know, as we emphasize that human relationship, the AI assisting a human in real time is another area that we see a really practical and functionality that is ready to plug into your environment today, where your agents, whether it's a receptionist, whether it's a
Contact center
agent, while they're having these conversations, they can have AI-assisted tools on screen, giving them information, feeding them suggestions, how to respond, making sure to hit the items that are on their must-hit list as they're addressing the customer's issue. So that's just, and of course,
and
like
I want to
AI
be real crystal clear on the tech behind it. We have a contact center, which is a back end, and we have a client. We have an attendant console client, and we have a contact center client. Both of those work whether you have our contact center or not. So you can get this amazing contact center agent AI assisting them whether you have our contact center or not. So you could use it with Teams queues if you want to.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So a Landis Tenant Console, Landis Contact Center, and then the Landis Contact Center backend, our call recording. Am I missing anything? I think I got them all.
Yep.
But that human assistance can be had whether or not you have our backend. So.
And the other part of that can be really instrumental when you talk about AI assisting a human is the busy work post call. That's important part of the customer interaction, so that when that customer calls back, you know, we're following up on the task that we said we're going to follow up on. We're documenting it, so that, you know, further down the road we have a clear understanding of what this customer is and what issues they've faced. And so that busy work, that post call wrap up is really important. And if you're a busy contact center, you know, there's a lot of time spent moving data from one spot to the other, manually moving data from one spot to the other to document. And that's where automation can really, you know, so that agent client can automatically fire off all the information, the AI summaries, the transcript, the key elements of the conversation, and automatically post it to the CRM and automatically create a follow-up email and all these different post-call tasks that the agent needs to make sure is accomplished. We can do that automatically and make sure that the agent is freed up to help
So
other
once
people.
again, let's be crystal clear. If you are using the Landis client, attendant console or contact center client, that client can, at the end of the call, post the conversation transcript, the conversation summary based on AI prompts that you have set up. it can categorize, and it can send that to your CRM. So that's something that is AI and human collaborating very smoothly.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, great. Enjoyed the conversation. It's an exciting time. We see a lot of. It's fun to see kind of the lights come on.
Are you wrapping up?
Yeah,
I have one more item that I don't want to miss. One of the things that we have added in our product is quality management.
Yes. Yeah.
So we have talked about using the client. We have the Landis Attendant Console client, the Landis Contact Center client that assists the agent. So it's AI assisting the agent, giving them checklists, prompting them, giving them suggestions. We've talked about live monitoring, whether it's human or digital agent. We talked about the unified reporting of human and digital agents. How are they performing? How well are they doing? But then the last one that we want to make sure that we don't miss, and that is we can record both human and digital conversations. So chat conversations, if they're happening with your digital agents, we can record them. What does that mean? That means that you can do quality management on them. Whether you want to do it the method of having a human agent reviewing it, or coming soon, have AI doing this on all of those human and digital calls, you can do it.
Yeah.
So you can keep getting better and better.
And I think the AI will be that's a real practical use case, again, for AI to be able to score a larger amount of interactions. The managers have the data to spot check and to score and add tags to any of these interactions as they're making sure they understand whether they're human or digital agents are interacting. The AI element being able to automatically score all of these and just have more of a complete scoring metric should really help drive the customer experience forward.
So we kind of talked about where you're live, where you're monitoring, you're overlooking something in real time. But imagine you don't have the time or the personnel to just sit there and watch a screen. Well, then you can fall back to quality management that AI is reviewing after the fact. And so now you don't have to wonder that you have these digital agents spread all over the place. You don't have a clue where they're at. What are they doing? No, it can be watching over and giving you recommendations on what you need to do to improve those agents.
Yeah.
But of course, until you get them perfect, you can always smoothly transfer them to a live agent.
Yep. I think that, and we're kind of circling back around here, but that we really see that escalation, that smooth escalation as a ticket, not just to making sure your customers are well cared for, but as confidence for you as an organization to start to deploy these tools and know that you're not going to have an angry customer somewhere stuck in a loop, that they do have the ability to easily connect with.
That has been happening for months and months, and you have no idea because it's on some little agent out in some corner that nobody's watching, and you can't know. It's unified. You have visibility. You can see what's going on.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It has been very fun to see the eyes light up for some organizations brainstorming what can be possible and what they can do, and it's been a lot of fun helping enable some of these organizations moving to this type of configuration. So, yeah, really enjoying this phase of AI and contact center, and lots more to come, of course.
Yeah.
As we wrap up here, if you're at Comms vNext, the session tomorrow on the 6th at 11 a.m., my colleague Shannon Martin is going to talk about the human connection side of AI and kind of take us on a little history and really looking forward to that session. So if you're free, come out for that.
If you are looking for Microsoft Teams Contact Center customer experience that you can get value now, talk to Landis Technologies.
Yep, happy to help you. All right. Thanks, Matt. Enjoyed the chat. Thanks, Eric, for setting up this podcast. Really appreciate it. Yep. And we'll see you next time.